Welcome to Lanterns Live, the only live stream channel dedicated solely to the Green Lantern universe. I'm Ralph, and once again, I'm joined by Vactor, which means we are chatting about Green Lantern Corps, specifically number 11. But you know what's funny is that intro is 13 seconds long, and a lot of times I forget that I do it. I do like actual individual files for each episode so people can see what we're talking about. And I uploaded that. And for some reason, I decided to check it, which was great because it auto corrected your name to Factor. And I'm like, that's never happened before. So luckily I fixed that before we went live. Factor, how you doing?
I'm doing excellent. This is one of the highlights of my month. Every time I see that Green Lantern Corps is about to release, I say, I get to talk to Ralph. This is going to be fantastic. So I am pumped today. Woo!
Know what would have been a highlight of my month? It's going to that Supergirl event. Even though I wouldn't discuss Supergirl on my channel. Like we need to get in. Well, we're talking about this before. We need to get in, and I don't know who to talk to at Warner Brothers or DC or Netflix or Paramount or whoever owns the dang place. Listen, I'm not like a massive Supergirl fan, and the fact that I wasn't there is fine. But I just joined Threads this week, so follow me at Lanterns Live on Threads, and literally the entire feed was nothing but people at this secret Supergirl event that happened. And I was like, okay, they're reaching out to a ton of people for this. That's fine with me. But I need to make sure I'm one of those people whenever they decide to start doing lantern stuff. And I don't know what to do. But I've been trying. I've been reaching out to people. I've been reaching out to friends, hoping that people who do get invited to stuff like that. Adam over at Heroes Reforged, like, hey, DC's a real tough nut to crack, and I'm like, God dang. I really, really, really want to go to that. I feel like you should have been at the Supergirl event. I don't know how many people were there, but my feed was flooded. Like there was a lot of people there. So I feel like this Comic Cooks should be over at Supergirl events.
Man, I would be so pleased and so appreciative if I was ever to get an invite. It's funny, my local press here, I sent out just kind of like, hey, put me on the radar. I kind of do like you do, like, hey, just so you know, I'm interested in Supergirl. And I did the same thing for Superman when that came out. And it was a 6-month wait between when I sent out the first email until Superman came out. And I was able to get in as a press screener. So I do have a WB kind of local connection. So I most likely will be going to Supergirl. But yeah, to get into one of these type of events would be like, right. Oh man, that would be a dream.
Right. I've reached out to people. I've gone like my own producer route, and I've reached out to people who are in the show Lanterns. Everybody. This is when I thought it was coming like soon. And they're like, one person was like, one person who I spelled was like, we don't even have like a release date yet, so we're not even thinking about like doing press for that yet. Another person was like, our guy is finished doing his press stuff for Superman and Peacemaker, but we'll put you on our list for when Lanterns happens. So if you can figure that out, who's in all three of those things, really cool people, really nice people. And then another one was like, whatever. Yeah, no response. But I'm trying. Like, I really want. I don't know what to do because I as much as I love Phase Hero, Heroes Reforged, go read some comics with Jenna, and all these people who deservedly should be going to these things. As much as I love them, they're not Green Lantern centric, and I'm hoping that someone from the community of either Lantern Cast, Green Lanterns podcast, will you, um, Emerald Enthusiast, Mosaic Comics, anybody like that's a Green Lantern centric show gets thrown into the mix with this stuff, because we're gonna know the questions to ask these folks.
Yes.
We're gonna know what they got right. We'll know what they got wrong. But me, I'm saying I'm usually a guy who's like, try to keep things positive. I mean, I'll let you know when there's something I don't like. But for the most part, I'm just like, let me just, I don't know what to do, and just get me in there. Get me in there.
Man.
And if I have a plus one, you're a state away.
Whoa. Man, there's so many hamburgers I want to try with Ralph, and to be able to see some type of lantern event, that would be on my bucket list. That would be fantastic. That's one of those things that I would be like, I will move heaven and earth to get in there.
You know,
Brick
can I tell you
something.
something? Can I tell you something?
Tell me.
The last time we talked about cheeseburgers, I gave you a little bit of advice, like, hey, Red Robin's got this $9.99 deal, and it's, basically cheaper than like a Del Taco burger meal, and it tastes a little bit better, and you get unlimited drinks and fries, and you get I'm like, this is great. Last Saturday, I was in the mood for a cheeseburger. I said, let's go to Red Robin. It's nice and cheap. We just go sit ourselves down at the bar, and we're good to go. Our Red Robin closed. It was gone.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. It was attached to a mall that has been demolished, but for some reason, the Red Robin was still stuck there. And I was so mad, because the next closest one is super far away. This Red Robin was 5 minutes from us, and now the closest one's 30 minutes from us. And we went to this other Red Robin, and I realized our Red Robin was kind of good. It was an actual really good one compared to every other Red Robin I've been to has been fine. We had a really good one. And so it kind of bummed me out. That was my favorite. Go get a iced tea, fries, and a double cheeseburger for $9.99. Come on. Anyway. That's what's up. Break. is my burger place is no longer there. I mean, I have an In-N-Out across the street. There's all kinds of good burger places around here. There's Perry's Place. But I mean, I loved having that meal over there. So yes, long story short, WB, get us in there. Couple seats. Bring Will over, bring Chad over, bring Mark over, everyone from anything Lantern related. I really, really if I don't go, there better be some Lantern centric YouTubers there to chat with these people.
Yes.
So fingers crossed.
Let's
keep
go.
Your blue rings charged. I don't really talk about anything other than Green Lantern, but Supergirl has a trailer that's coming tomorrow. You won't see me covering that unless there is a Green Lantern in the trailer, and I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But if there is, and hey, listen, it sounds like a lot of this. I haven't read The Woman of Tomorrow by Tom King. I heard it's very good. But I know it deals with her trauma and the destruction of Krypton. Now, I don't know if you know this or not, but Mr. Tomar Ray was the Green Lantern of Sector 2813, the neighboring sector, which happened to be the sector where Krypton was based in.
Ooh.
And there's a story. I want to go reread this story, all about him dealing with the destruction of Krypton in his sector.
Ooh.
And him not being there in time to save everybody. So I'm hoping. I don't think it's going to happen, but if any Green Lantern were to be in Supergirl, it would be Tomar Ray. and I would absolutely love to see him in a flashback in some form or another. Yeah.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah. Will's in the chat. He says he thinks Woman of Tomorrow is a free gift you get for being subscribed to the DC Universe Infinite or whatever it's called. Yeah, I was gonna download that because I buy my books monthly through I guess Kindle now with Comixology. And the thing is, like, when it comes to new books, you have to wait like 3 months before you can read them. And so I'm like, well, I'm doing it. We like read these Green Lanterns as soon as we can, so that we can talk about them. But I mean, I might just go download it. I can just go download it, or I believe there's a version. What is it? The Compact Comics coming out of Woman of Tomorrow.
Yes, and they had it had gone out of print because I was trying to get it for my wife for her to read for the last year, and it was just nowhere. I was checking all over the place. Just last week, I was able to order the deluxe hardcover. I guess it's back in print, so I have that. I don't have it near me, but then the compact comic is coming out next month.
Speaking of compact comics, my guest last week, Allison Troy, got the compact comic version of Far Sector. Read that. We had a discussion on it. It was a great episode. If you missed it last week, you could always watch it on replays or listen to the audio version, which has now been fixed. That was a whole ordeal, where that Far Sector issue or episode got all squirrely. It was all squirrely everywhere. There was a line of code where something got copied over of Will's conversation with me on Green Lantern 29, and so it was playing that, and it drove me nuts, and I couldn't fix it, and I finally got it taken care of. Yeah. See, that's what Will says. The issue with the app is the new comics don't come out for a month if you're on the top tier, and I think the lower tiers is 3 months.
Yes.
Did I see the trailer? I saw the Supergirl teaser that came out today. I don't know if you saw this, Vactor. There was like a 15-second clip.
Yeah,
montage.
I don't like that they're doing this. They did this with Superman, where they do a teaser for the teasers coming out tomorrow. So it's like, we're going to tease you that the teaser is coming out. I was like, what?
I mean, they earlier this week on Monday, I believe, they did a teaser to this teaser.
Yeah.
That's a teaser for tomorrow. She's sitting at a bus stop. She looks hungover, waiting for her ride to show up. And then today was like a 13-second montage, which is great and looks good, and I can't wait to see it. I'm pumped up. It's got Blondie in there. Like, I like Blondie. I'm Gen X. Even though I heard that recently there's this term called Zennial, I think, and I don't care for that. I'm Gen X. I'm proud to be Gen X. But the Supergirl looks awesome, and there'll be a trailer tomorrow. Again, I won't be covering it unless someone spots a Green Lantern in the background, like the smallest bit. Yeah.
There's a Tomar Ray sighting. That would be amazing.
Yeah, I feel like, because she's like at a bar, like in this little thing they showed, she's like having a drink at a bar, and I'm just like, I know Green Lantern, I know that the universe is big and there's only 3,600 sectors and 3,300, 3,600 sectors, and a lot lately it's been 2 lanterns per sector. This of them being at the exact same bar that Supergirl is slim, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, 3,600.
I doubt it, but I'm my fingers are crossed. Because again, like, I'll take anything Green Lantern. Like, if they tease, it wasn't until the full Peacemaker trailer where they teased Guy Gardner, and nobody really knew that Guy Gardner was going to be a Peacemaker. So, I mean, if he wants to show up again, great. We'll be covering it on here. Yeah. And listen, I'm going to bring this up as far as streaming goes and me doing stuff. We're getting towards the end of the year here, and usually by this time, and they're pushing it, I mean, usually around December, mid-December, which we're getting dangerously close to, HBO Max always posts like a 5-minute sizzle reel of everything that's coming out in the upcoming year. And we all know that Lanterns is coming to HBO in 2026. So unless they omit it, which I wouldn't put it past them, because we haven't had anything since February, that one image since February.
Man.
But if the pattern goes the way the pattern goes, within the next week or so, we should have that 2026 HBO sizzle reel at some small glimpse of Lanterns. I remember last year we got like literally, I think, 2 seconds of Duster, which is about as long as it lasted on HBO before it got canceled. But you know, if there's a 1.5 seconds of Lanterns, that's, you know, however many frames per second more than we have already.
Yes,
which is 1 frame.
It's like double the amount.
So I can't stress this enough. Hit the bell icon.
Yes,
I'm gonna be live. Like as soon as that, here's what's gonna go down. HBO is gonna drop that thing, and I'm gonna go live, not knowing what's in that sizzle, and I'm gonna watch it for the first time live. So you'll see my genuine reactions. I'll have tissues with me, because I can probably get pretty super emotional. I bet you when we finally get a full trailer for Lanterns that I will most likely get super emotional about it, because I've been waiting for this for a long time. I remember I loved going to the movie theater and seeing the 2011 Green Lantern trailer before some other movie. It makes me well up, just the fact that you saw, and say what you will about the movie, I think the movie's just fine. There's nothing like seeing Sinestro on the big screen and like your mind being blown, because like that's not something you normally see. I mean, we at that point had never seen it, right. So being able to see them again, great. Great. I'm excited. So stay glued to this channel, because I really feel like any day now I'm going to be doing an emergency live stream. Liz says I'm streaming on their first date. Are you on your first date now? Are you watching the show while on a first date? How's that going? Are they Lantern fans? Hey, Break, listen, dude, I'm so excited that I'm getting Lantern soon. And you know what I thought about today was there might be Green Lantern stuff. There might be Green Lanterns in Fortnite finally.
Oh, man.
I don't think Guy Gardner made it into the Superman event. Like, dude, if they release like any sort of Lanterns, like Lego, you got to have me on your show.
Ooh.
Talk about Green Lantern, because it occurred to me today, literally today, where it was like, oh wait, like they're going to want to promote this, and there's going to be like merch, like I might get like a pretty rad ring or something. Like, you know, there's fans out there who are making their own custom rings and stuff. The Ring Foundry is a great one, and it's like they've already made Lanterns style ring.
Oh man,
like full on, like made of metal, and it's like $200 something bucks. Dang. It's like high quality stuff. My hands are too big. Look at my rings. So they like, I wanted to get one of those. They had these metal, anodized metal rings, and I really wanted one, and I almost bought one, but they just didn't have my size. So maybe I can talk to them, and yeah. Okay, so Liz is waiting for them, for the first date to start. I'll tell you this: as soon as they show up, shut the phone off. You don't need us. They don't need to see us gabbing on about Green Lantern. Save that for like the third date or something. Say like, hey, have you seen these guys? And you should subscribe. So do that. And then also have fun on your date. I would say good luck, but I mean just have fun. If you're nervous, don't worry about it. I'm wearing my pink ring today. Uh, have fun. Go have fun. And thanks for stopping by too. Hopefully,
Just imagine
we're able to.
everyone in their underwear. Then you'll be fine. Just imagine everyone. Then you'll be fine on your date.
Yeah, but I'm glad. Hopefully we're able to entertain you and help you keep the edge off while you wait for them. And yeah, go have fun. I don't know what you're up to, but probably almost around dinner time. Hope you have a good meal.
Enjoy yourself.
Yeah. Alrighty. Vactor.
Yes.
Today I read Green Lantern Corps number 11, written by next week's guest, Morgan Hampton, with art by, and I don't have them up again. There's like 3 of them. Didn't bother me as much this time. The art styles, we had like 3 different artists. One guy's French. His name's French. Oh my gosh, why do I do this? Why do I not have the info up? Actually, you know what? I have my Kindle open.
I was gonna say,
yeah. There we go. Oh. It's okay. Kindle doesn't really
helping me. Kindle
desktop version. There we go.
Carlo Magno.
We have Will Conrad, French Carlo Magno, and Max Dunbar. We also have 4 colorists. Letters by Dave Sharp. Dave Sharp's been around a while doing this stuff. Dude, how familiar are you with Effigy? The character Effigy.
This is my first time, and I was actually thinking about doing a short on him. When I saw this, I was like, whoa, this is a character I've never seen before.
I'll tell you something funny. I've been filling gaps. I've been rereading a lot of Green Lantern, old Green Lantern. I used to subscribe to Green Lantern in the 90s. Nice. Dropped off after 2 years because they were sending them to my mailbox. It was great. I don't know if they still do that. But then started up again when Kyle Rayner came around. Got into Kyle Rayner for a while. His run lasted forever before Rebirth happened. And so I'm actually currently reading and filling in those gaps of that Green Lantern series. And I am currently on an Effigy story.
Oh,
so
wow.
I just got introduced to him like a couple weeks ago. And then he popped up in this book and I'm like, oh my gosh, I know who that is. I was doing
love that.
The Leo DiCaprio thing. I feel like this is for older fans, but also like it's not like I don't think he's ever been like super important to Green Lantern lore. There may be more stories with him that I haven't read. So if anybody wants to, in the comments, let me know. Oh no, Effigy was the guy who did blank. That like he's a big deal. For me right now, he's not a big deal, but it is kind of fun. And I'm going to talk to Morgan about this next week, is digging out these old characters. And apparently Effigy, and I haven't gotten to this part in my reading yet, apparently Hal Jordan basically trapped him inside the core of Mogo and has been forgotten for at least probably 15 years or 20 years. I guess Rebirth was 20 years ago.
Hey.
So it's been a while. So it's kind of fun. This is one of those things where writers go in and bring back an old character, and you like immediately have to go back to like Wikipedia and start looking up some of these folks. I think I'm gonna definitely finish off the Effigy story that I'm currently on. Maybe I'll finish that tonight because it got me excited.
Maybe he gets trapped in that story that you're reading. At the end, you'll see it.
Maybe it's a spoiler for like the next issue that I'm about to read. You know, I don't
Yes.
know, but it is fun. I definitely want to talk to Morgan Hampton about like bringing back these characters, um, old Green Lantern characters from the past.
Yes.
Let's Yeah, I have nothing much more to say about Effigy, but let's talk about. And I'm glad I should probably do this more. Is like bring up pages.
Yeah.
I used to just show off my iPad, which is off screen, but we have Ellie. Ellie, who is a character that I'm not the hugest fan of, and I chalk that up to my Gen X nature and just not liking kid characters in
Mm.
stories. Um, uh, but I will say this: this opening that we're looking at now, this opening with her on Mogo, I really liked. Like these writers, both Morgan Hampton and Jeremy Adams, are really good at taking characters and giving them purpose and coming up with concepts and ideas that make them um, interesting.
Mm.
So for me, it never occurred to me that all this life on Mogo, like the trees, I think are real, but the wildlife and the animals are actually like living constructs, similar to the way that John created her to make her basically a living, sentient, self aware living construct. And I thought that was a really interesting idea with the sort of relationship between Mogo and the Blue Lanterns, like we saw in Green Lantern, the animated series.
Yeah.
I feel like this sort of makes sense for her to sort of live on Mogo and talk with Mogo. And even when Mogo had the split of the molten lava coming out of his crust, um, Ellie was kind of there to sew him up and make him better. So I think it's a good symbiotic relationship. We all know Green and Blue Lanterns feed off each other's energy and become more powerful. So I really like this for her. What are your thoughts on Ellie in this issue? And we can get a little bit ahead on her story too.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like the symbiotic relationship, and we followed Mogo in Green Lantern Corps number 6. Is he had that story that we talked about, and seeing his pain and him suffering, and it's like, oh man, I feel bad for Mogo, and he's always a character that I've liked. So this having somebody there for him, it just made me feel good. Like, oh, like he's got somebody. He won't be lonely. That made me happy when I saw that, and all the wildlife constructs. I was like, oh yeah, that's kind of a. I never, as long as I've been reading Green Lantern, I don't think about a living construct, a sentient construct. Right. So I like that run, and this that since we've been talking, has been kind of exploring that notion, and there's so many story potential for that.
Yeah, yeah, and I think it's story potential that can maybe take a back seat for now, and maybe be brought up later. Because yes. Again, there's so many characters. I'm going to ask Morgan about this next week. How do you juggle all these characters and keep them relevant and keep the fans happy? People who do like, Ellie, like people who do like that character. Like, how do you keep those fans satisfied? Liz, have a good time. If it for some reason something happens, pop on the feed and we can send help. If it's a real dud of a date, let us know. we'll send Dexstar or something to go things up. Yeah, and I love that they're able to tackle all these characters and moment to shine. In this issue, I thought Morgan Hampton was going to be like, we're all done with Ellie and we don't have to think about her ever again. She's gone for good. Effigy basically disintegrates her, and it's like that. I thought, oh well, I guess I want to write this character either, but the character did come back, and it was almost Morgan Hampton's way of saying, no, no, I'm ready to tackle these characters as they were presented to me, and I'm not gonna go the easy route and just dismiss them and kill them off. So I was like, okay, well, Ellie's here to stay, and I just got to deal with that. And you know what? What's fun is, and I still haven't finished Jeffrey Thorne's run, which I really wanted to do by the time I was going to talk to Morgan next week. But that's the thing, is like, after a while, you just start liking the characters, and the way these guys are writing these characters, I'm really finding myself getting into them. Keli doesn't really appear in this issue, which is a little bit during the training and stuff. But that's a character I don't gravitate towards either. But I'm becoming more interested in that character as we move on.
It's funny that the main cover is her. Like, she's got the most real estate, and she's barely in the book in this issue.
Right. I need to ask about that, because I'm assuming they just get to do whatever. Like, the cover artists just do, like, here's some characters that are in it. The cover I opted for this episode was St. Walker, because I've been liking using the big, any image where there's a big like portrait of a person. I know YouTube likes faces on their thumbnail art, so I've been doing that. But I think after reading this issue, I kind of like this cover more. Unfortunately, it's a very portrait image.
Mm-hmm.
So using the rectangle thumbnail on YouTube would just get like Keli and then parts of Narf and parts of, I don't even know if Aya would fit in there. But that Aya is great.
Yes.
Aya is great. I'm a big fan of Green Lantern the animated series. You are a fan as well. Let's get into them later. We'll get into them later. Let's talk about our buddy. Oh man, I forget his name. Quaris. No, it's not Aquarius. It's and I even looked it up right before we went on, and I already forget his name.
Yeah, they don't even say it in this.
They don't say it in this one. That's why I actually went back, because I'm like, I'm going to sound smart when I recall this name. And Enquar, Enquar. Enquar is their name. I just looked it up. Enquar. That's from last issue. Enquar, we get his backstory, or their backstory. I think it's a him. I think Fatality refers to as him. Really interesting backstory. I really liked it. He comes from a planet that was entirely comprised of water, where every being in the ocean was like symbiotic. They all lived as one community, which is really, really cool. Everything's good. Everything's going great. Green Lanterns save a race of aliens whose world was destroyed, and found a new home on his planet, on Enquar's planet, which they immediately destroyed with pollution and basically like pollution. And so Enquar is basically mad at the Green Lantern Corps for bringing these people to their planet and destroying it. And so he's basically on a mission to destroy the Green Lanterns in Oa, which I think is pretty interesting. It's a good like motive for being a bad guy. But it sounds like it's going to be tough. I'm really curious to see what the plan is on this. the way Fatality is wondering what the plan is as far as being able to take out all of Oa, all the Guardians, all the Green Lantern. It's going to be really, really tough, but it sounds like he has a plan. And he's basically like jumping from body to body. Now I'm wondering if he's playing like a small game. On the last issue, we saw the husk of oh my gosh, I forgot his name. I should have looked when I wrote it. Was it? It was Grill. It was Quill. Hold on one second. I'm there. Glenn.
Yes,
Glenn.
that's right.
We talked about Glenn so much last time. I already forgot Glenn's name. Glenn, when we got confused if Glenn was this person or another person.
Yes.
But we got no information on that in this issue. I was really hoping we can kind of get an idea of who was Glenn and who was not. But basically, Enquar will sort of absorb himself into other people's body or he would like basically suck out all their moisture and then shapeshift into them and pose himself as them. So he's already done this to at least one Green Lantern. And that ring has to go to someone else. So like, I don't know what the game is for Enquar as far as taking out the entire Green Lantern Corps and Oa.
Right.
I don't know. He can't do it one at a time because it'll just make more Green Lanterns. I'm really interested to see what this plan is.
Yeah, he's got to have some type of disintegration or, like getting rid of for like completely erasing or wiping out. There's got to be something.
Yeah.
And the tease for next issue is next month, A Planet Reborn. So is that talking about Enquar, like he's bringing back life to his planet, or where is that going?
Vactor, I think you just hit on something. Mogo is cracked. Mogo is sick.
Ooh.
Can Enquar take over Mogo?
Oh no!
And create an ocean planet?
No, not my boy. No.
I mean, that would be great. I'm going to bring it up to the writer next week. I don't necessarily want to be spoiled, but I mean, yeah, that's that could be a way. If he could somehow get in there, that would be a tough.
Oh man,
that would be tough for the Green Lanterns and Oa to compete with.
See, but how strong is he? Can he take over a whole planet?
I don't know. I don't know.
Either way, don't touch my boy Mogo. Don't touch him.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey.
Okay. So we'll sit on that. We'll see next month what's happening there. Let's talk about Oa itself. We have a training group. And it's a scene I like. I always love seeing Kilowog training people.
Yeah.
And this time he's got an AI android, basically a robot. There is some living being inside Aya, but this is a new one for him. He's basically talking about projecting yourself, creating a construct of yourself to go out and do reconnaissance. We saw it in Green Lantern, the animated series, first issue. Hal makes a Hal Jordan fly around a canyon so that Razer and Zelaya Zox go after that while Hal goes and recharges his ring. We've seen it before, and in this we see Guy sitting there, Chris Carras, almost looks like he's on his phone while a construct of him helps Kilowog do training. He's basically just a thorn in everybody's side. But I thought what's fun is that Kilowog says that the energy twins is your soul projecting yourself outward, and Aya saying, well, I'm a robot, I don't have a soul, which is one of the themes from Green Lantern, the animated series, especially when it came to the Manhunters and her dealing with new emotions. dealing with who she was, ultimately coming to a point where she felt like she just needed to get rid of all emotions and be a cold, calculating robot, which ended very badly for everybody. So I thought this was a lot of fun to have Aya kind of take center stage of this group. Um, uh, it's funny when I read Aya, I hear Grey Delisle's voice.
Yes.
And I tend to um, see if the writing is correct. And I feel like the writing is correct on this. There was a Green Lantern, the animated series comic, which maybe would be good reading for your kid. It's definitely for young kids.
Okay.
And there was like, I don't know, like 18 issues or something. But sometimes it didn't sound like reading Aya's dialogue didn't sound like the character from the show. I think this does.
Okay.
And I'm willing to bet that Morgan Hampton is a fan of Green Lantern, the animated series. We have another thread in here, something that we've been waiting for a long time. We got this close to it in Green Lantern. I think it was 27 or whatever when they first reunited, Razer and Aya. They were just about to smooch, and things went haywire, and they didn't get to smooch. In this issue, guess what? They smooch. It happened. It finally happened. After since 2011, waiting for this to happen. Here we are.
Yay.
Once and for all. But is this her construct version? her twin? I think it's her regular version. But she's not see-through in the following image. Wait, in the following page,
she is, but
she is see-through.
Okay, now I'm confused.
So yeah, is that just so have they not kissed yet? And is this just her manifesting what her heart wants? I guess we can read it both ways.
Yeah.
And people are going to be really excited and then realize that it didn't happen again.
Yeah, because she's flying to him and is see-through, but then as soon as she touches him, she's got the color back.
But if you look at these panels, it may be because they're jagged and red. It may be what's going on in her head as opposed to it's like the reconnaissance. Like these are the reconnaissance images she's getting from her. So
yeah, the twin went.
Yeah, she left her body.
Okay. Yeah. Now,
She left her body, and then here's her.
Yes.
So then once we get to this is what she's seeing.
That makes sense. Okay.
So physically,
yes,
they haven't kissed.
We solved it.
So we're still gonna have to wait.
No, they have to by the end of this run.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this? Like as a Green Lantern the animated series fan.
Well, this and John Stewart were my favorite parts of this issue for sure. And it's this, like we've talked about this before, I think this is so enriching for the Green Lantern mythos and the animated series, like putting them in the comics, having the ship, having the giving reasons why it's backwards, and like it's just lifting up and flesh universe so much and tying everything together, making it so cohesive so that it was like, oh yeah, it's always been this way. Whereas if you were watching the show as it aired and you had to wait in real time, it's like, oh, this has been years. The people who are going to read this from now are going to be like, oh yeah, it was always that way. And I find that interesting because even when I was growing up and certain things were like, they had happened already, and I'm reading them and it's like, oh yeah, it's always been that way. But then you think about, they were just making this stuff up as it was going, as the years were coming out, the comics, it wasn't just set already in stone. So it's interesting that this is going to just further enhance Aya's and Razors, like both of their comic history and their lore. This run and what they've been doing recently with um, Morgan Hampton and Jeremy Adams, like this, I think Jeremy Adams there's a huge feather in his cap that it's like going back to when you told me about that Green Lantern, the not New 52, but what was the rebooted, like, was it Dawn of DC? I think it was
Oh,
Dawn of
it
DC
was Rebirth. I think it was just called
or
like
Rebirth. Okay.
DC Rebirth,
Yeah.
where it was like lanterns, and then the Hal Jordan Green Lantern book there was Green Lanterns,
Yeah.
which I think was Jessica and Simon, or it was
That
Hal
sounds
Jordan
right.
and the Green Lantern Corps. Oh
Okay,
my
now
gosh,
I've gone across that.
there were weird titles that didn't have.
But that, like,
But they're back to the like two titles that we're used to.
yes, this is, yeah, I feel good the place that we're in right now of keeping up with these two books and having John in this book and Hal in the main book. I think it really ties everything together. But I'm like you. I'm like, how is how's that? How are they going to juggle all of these characters and all these storylines for core? Because they're, to me, they're all interesting, and I want to see where all of these things are going. And I don't want any of them to get short, the short end of the stick. I want to get
Right.
full story arcs for all of these. But yeah, the Razor and Aya storyline, like we have to get some resolution here. We have to see them happy before taking it all away again, pulling the rug out
Right.
from under them.
They keep doing that. They
Yeah.
keep doing that. That they just pulled it out again.
Yeah.
That was a fake. That was a fake construct. I love this. I thought this was so good.
Yes.
As a kaiju fan, this just, I know it's a butterfly. It reminded me of Mothra. Don't care,
Yeah.
but I really enjoyed that. I'm really enjoying this. I can't say this enough. Where like John was my favorite thing in the last issue. He's my favorite. He might be my favorite thing in this one. I'm such a massive like Razor and Aya fan that like just being able to see any of that. My friend Jocelyn and my wife Stevie, we watched the entire series of Green Lantern, the animated series. She would come over on the weekends and we watch two at a time. And so today I got to send a screenshot of those two kissing and saying it finally happened. And they were very excited about that.
Nice.
So I'm really, really invested in those characters.
Yes.
It's one of those things where I spent every Saturday morning, like on Twitter, adding Cartoon Network and DC and everything to try to get that show back on, and just like, come on, like we need another season. So like been rooting for them for a long time. So when they show up, they usually like sort of are my top slot. But this John stuff's I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it, which is great because we have a show coming out with the star of the Green Lantern book and basically the star of this book. And that's great. I'm really, really enjoying this. And I think if Ellie just stays in this sort of Blue Lantern hybrid Green Lantern construct with butterfly wings on Mogo, that's totally cool with me. That's totally cool with me. I have a hunch though that she's probably going to be the one to sort of warn everybody. Freaking Enquar. I already forgot his name. Enquar. So we'll see what happens there. I still listen. I'm a crotchety Gen Xer, but I mean, I was really hoping that this John Stewart, who first saw his new outfit last month, I was hoping he'd be like, you know what? Let's go back to the old one, because I'm really a fan of the old one. I don't mind the thigh high boot look, but the extra stripe, I mean, it makes it look like fishnet stockings or something, or pantyhose. I'm like, it's fine. I'm fine I guess, but it just doesn't. I don't know. And then like the double stripe on here, like I just miss the classic uniform.
Yes,
Um,
I'm with you on that.
it just doesn't look right to me. I
Right.
think doing classic uniform with John with the beard, I think it would be a really cool look.
Yeah. I feel like it's trying to match the armbands, like the forearms,
Yeah,
but it's like it
yeah,
looks good on the forearms, but it doesn't look good on the legs to me. I think
right.
that yeah, it just doesn't work on the legs. But
Yeah, not that.
the thing that I really like about this is this is one of those tropes that I'm a sucker for. The man out of time, the fish out of water, which Captain America, like that's his whole thing pretty much. But
Right.
having this John be like not have experienced the things that the other John experienced and the one that we had been following for years, it's like
Yeah.
that there's so much potential of, oh, what has he missed? What has he not experienced? And how does that shape him because he didn't have those experiences? And then
Also,
oh
the
good.
thing I loved was he didn't construct Ellie, but he
Mm,
still knows Ellie as his niece. And he was kind of just avoiding her. He was like, I don't know about this. This is really
yeah.
weird. Like he's in the same boat as I was, where I'm like, this is really bizarre. But
Yes.
the fact that he was like told Katma that it's like, okay, he decided, you know what, I should go check on her. I should go check on her.
Yeah.
And he basically treats her like with her quote death from Effigy. He gets hit emotionally because
Mhm.
that John did have that niece. And even though he knows it's a construct, it's still a thing that can a memory. It'd be like, if you only had like one picture of like your great great grandmother and that caught on fire
Yeah.
and that was the louse it, the image is gone.
Right.
So you still, even though it's not like an actual quote living being, it's still a facsimile of someone's who you loved and their memories, and you can still interact with. So it's really really interesting, um, and it's making me like the character. It's,
Oh
it's
man.
good writing. So
Yes.
that's the thing. I read War Journal recently. I covered those.
Nice.
I thought the first volume, because I read them in the two volumes, I thought the first volume was fine. I like the second volume way more. And so it's again, I need to stop just like dismissing characters. I need to sit with them, read them, and get more familiar with them before I pass judgment. Because again, I don't like cutesy kids and stuff. Uh, you know, I like Jurassic Park, but those two kids kind of annoy me.
You know
So for me, it's like I don't really want that in my Green Lantern because
Mhm.
Green Lanterns are a bunch of cool people who do cool things, and now they also have to babysit, and it's like, no, I don't want to see them babysit. But if they're willing to like make these kids like disintegrate, then I'm like, okay, so it's not like it's not going to be just them trying to save the kid. It's not like, uh, you know, Tom and Jerry at a construction site trying to save the baby from falling off a high beam. It's not that. They're letting the kids train. They're letting them, grow and be treated like equals. And I think that's the best way to tackle these characters is
Yeah.
if you treat them like equals, then me, Ralph, I'm going to be more inclined to like give them more respect as opposed to just be annoyed. Like I feel like Short Round could take care of himself in Temple of Doom. And so it was never just an annoying kid. Like he saved Indy, you know,
Right.
from so it's one of those things where it's just like, okay, if they write the kids fine, then I'm fine.
Yes.
So far so
It's gotta be something where you can relate to it, and I think, especially in comics where you're reading it and you're not seeing a child actor portray these things, but even in live action, they write the children older. I don't know if that makes sense, but, like, the way that children are written for the most part is like they're children, but the voices are adult instead of, because it's for an adult audience.
Yeah.
So I think I had the same issues as you for a long time, and then I think what kind of switched me over for focusing on the writers rather than the characters was I want to say it was Daredevil. This has happened to me a number of times where I was like, oh, I don't like that character, and then a writer comes along and just like writes an amazing story, and it's like, oh, I never knew that I could like this character. And then I started to pay attention to writers, and I was like, whoa, Daredevil is getting like, he got like, I want to say like, actually, even to this day, Daredevil and Batman always get the best writers. Like, it's nonstop. Like, people want to write. And I was thinking about doing a YouTube video about that, about what is it about those two characters specifically that everybody wants to write for them. But I'll put that aside. I just feel like when you have great storytellers, they make the characters great. And so there's all of these characters have that potential in them.
Around the time of Blackest Night, there was a Red Lantern book. And at the time, we had 4 books. We had Green Lantern, Green Lantern Corps, Green Lantern New Guardians, which was a Kyle book, and then we had Red Lanterns. And I think there's like a
I remember that. Yes, I do remember that. Yes.
So the Red Lanterns book was one of the ones where I was following podcast of Oa. I was following Lantern Cast at the time. I mean, I still follow Lantern Cast. I don't follow Blog Oa. But the Red Lantern books, I was reading them every month and being like, I really don't like this book, but I guess I'll just keep reading, because it was great to have 4 different Lantern books, because you got a Lantern book every week. And it's like, I don't want to wait 2 weeks for the next Lantern book, so I'll just read it because it's there. And it wasn't great, and it was kind of just, you read it to read it. It was basically, it brought me like no joy.
Gotcha.
Then like halfway through the run, they completely changed the team, the artist, the writer, and everything.
Yeah.
And every single podcast I listened to, every issue I read was like, holy cow, they completely turned this series around in their very first issue without taking away anything before it. It's like, here's what we did. It's not great. They brought in this other team, and they're like, we can work with this. And immediately, like literally, it was like flipping a switch.
Nice.
Where it's just like, oh my gosh. Like, I'm glad I sat through all of this stuff to get to this part. And
that's great.
And yeah. Liz is back. Liz, are you just like over? Taking a restroom break? Did the date seriously last like a half hour? Are you everything okay? Everything okay?
We are just too good.
I wore the wrong ring. It was a little too strong. There, I'm hoping. Yeah, you get good writing, you're gonna be fine, and I think this is good writing. Oh no, they didn't show up. Okay, well.
Oh, okay. Well, at least it was free.
One more read change for Liz, and then here we go. Free food. Free food is good.
Yes.
Vactor, anything else for Green Lantern 11? Anything you want me to ask of Morgan Hampton next week? I can jot it down.
I'm really interested in how do you balance all of these characters and storylines, because I mean, there's like I said, I'm interested in all of them, and I don't want any of them to get the short end of the stick. So how is it possible? How do you do it?
I'll be sure to ask that on your behalf. Also, if anybody has questions for Morgan next week, I will be live on Tuesday. It'll be Tuesday at the normal 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern.
I'm off that day from work. I'll be there.
Jump in the chat. Ask away. I'll ask any questions in there, especially if there's super chats. I think I've gotten like 2 super chats in my whole run here.
Oh, nice.
So send some super chats this way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get some plugs in, and then we could take off because we're at an hour already.
Oh, there was a messenger bag question.
When is the messenger bag? Oh shit. Okay, Liz, I'll messenger bag. I promise. I wanted to get myself a mug, but I want to redesign it before I make it. You got the shirt. I don't even have a shirt. I don't have any Lanterns Live stuff.
I want a hat. I need to get a hat.
Liz, if you can, do me a favor. If you the next time you think about the bag, because I'm my brain is like fried. Drop me an email, lanternslive@gmail.com, just to remind me. But if I can remember tomorrow, I have a lot of stuff going on tomorrow. But if I can remember, I will get to work on that messenger bag for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, if they have it, I think I need to make sure that they have messenger bags on Fourth Wall. If not, I could put them in my Threadless. I think Threadless has them. We'll see. I'll figure out a way. Thanks for reminding me. All right, Vactor plugs.
Anywhere that you like comics, as long as it's YouTube or TikTok, you can find me at This Comic Cooks. I actually just put out a short right before we went live. Speaking of, like Aya, someone who went from animated series into comic book continuity, Volcana, who is a Superman villain, started out on Superman the animated series, then got put into Black Lightning just last year, so very recently. And then she's currently, and the thing that kind of made me do it, Bat Fam is the Amazon Prime Video show that is following up Merry Little Batman, which came out last year. Which, have you seen that?
I should have, because my friend Morgan Evans wrote it. I'll watch it. It's okay. The season. It's the season to watch Merry Little Batman. Everybody, you don't hear me talk about Batman a lot on this channel, but go watch
100%
Merry Little Batman.
Highly recommend. I love the animation and the voices, like we were talking about earlier in this episode. The voices for Damian, the little Batman, and then Luke Wilson does Bruce Wayne Batman, and
how's that going?
It's one of those things that I never knew I needed it, but I love both of the Wilson brothers. Like the way that they talk, the way they speak is just funny to me. So hearing him do Bruce Wayne, and Bruce Wayne's got a beard, like those two things, it makes me like, I love this version of Batman. And then this Bat Fam TV show just is building on top of Merry Little Batman. It was like, I love that, and now I love this show. So highly recommend all those things, and my short on Volcana, who I put out today.
Yeah. So go follow This Comic Cooks. Yeah. If you guys want, I posted an episode on Monday. I did a live stream on Monday for all the Honor Guard members.
A lot.
I get Wreck-It Ralph. Ralph.
Nice. Sure. Yours is better than mine.
Maybe. I did a live stream on Monday for the Honor Guard members who join up on YouTube. I think it was a fairly okay episode.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Check that out if you're a member. You can always rewatch those whenever you become a member. So if you want to stack up a bunch of those member-only live streams and then watch them later, they'll be there when you decide to become a member. So thank you everybody for joining me. Follow me on. I just started and I have like 8 followers, and I don't know how to promote myself on Threads to get people to find me, but I'm over there. It's yet another social media. I think Twitter is the only one I'm not on because somebody already had the handle.
Oh wow!
So, yeah, it's fine. I'll live. But find me everywhere else. I'll be back on Tuesday, if not sooner.
Ooh.
If not sooner. We're fingers are crossed. Blue ring's shining bright for that HBO sizzle to show up.
Yes.
I'm hoping Friday.
Yes.
I think Friday would be a nice day to do a stream. So hit that bell icon, and I'll see you soon. Until next time, thank you everybody for joining me live. Vactor, thanks again for joining me to chat about Green Lantern Corps. We'll have to do it again next month. And thanks for buying that shirt. That shirt's rad. I really need to get one of those. But so yeah, until next time, beware my podcast. It's Lanterns Live. Bye.